bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run, or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run, or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Carolina Panthers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They'll start here with Jackson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
3 down. 52, Mike, 52. Here we go. Alert 3.
Johnson now, operating from the gun. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready. Mike 51. Watch the screen. Fight.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 13.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Shoot.
Now Ward throwing on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run with Sanders, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
3 butt. Hey, box truck. Tighten up. What? Squeeze. Hey, turn it up. Look at me. Zipper. Check 6 guys. Watch the eye. Get it.
To throw on 3rd down. Moore. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Devin White with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Now here's Michael Dixon as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now Sanders. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Let's go. 60 out low. Mike 50. Check pass. He's coming. Double up. Go. He's coming. Double up.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
50 wants the mic. Down to lose one. Slam. Go. 50. Hey.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go now. 15, line. 15 line. Right there. 6-6. Pull it high. Yep. Go.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Me and you all day. Five. I'm coming after you.
To throw is Ward. To throw on 2nd down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Go. I got it. Check 20. Hey.
Here's Ward. Looking to throw on 2nd down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Gardner. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Check 99, check 99.
Now a give, right side. Jackson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on, boy. Don't be scared of it. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
2nd and 9 now. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Johnson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Jackson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, Jackson, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch safety. 22, check, bomber. 22, check, bomber.
On 2nd down, it's Jackson. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 23.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Ward on first and 10. He'll find Metcalf. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
Come on, set.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Protein spill.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Who
that?
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Switch.
61, matchbox lights.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right
Go.
there. Watch the screen. Pass.
Let's go. Get it.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him playing very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
58, Mike. Watch the fly.
Ward now on third and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, we got Mike. I'm coming after you. Check the back. Go. Shit. Bumps out the helmet. Here we go. 50's the mic. Come on, QB. Come on.
Here's Johnson. A final shot before break. He's got a man. Complete. 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game, and I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, exit. Rock it.
2nd and 5. He's got his man here. It's Gary Jennings Jr. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ward from the gun, he'll throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Mac Hollins the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Hard.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Watch the safety creep. Hey, switch.
Go.
Throwing again. Ward. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go again.
Hey, high 7.
Check 4, check 4.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game.
Hey, Sue. Hey.
59's Mike, 59's Mike.
Now.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Whoever the dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Johnson. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now Johnson to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gardner. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
On the ready. 50. Danny. Up. Mike's 50. Watch the curl.
Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, wahoo! 36. Check Leo. Hot. Back. Speed dribble.
To throw is Ward. To throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Sanders. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense up the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking,
through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, pick your game up. Check. Fresno.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
Now Rashad Penny. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set. AC Gator. 50 to Mike. It's a party now. Go. Mike 50.
Johnson now looking to throw on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
No.
From the gun, Johnson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 24-yard line.
Come on, set.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's Ward on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Bravo.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
2nd and 14. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to. And it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. On third down. They'll run it with Sanders. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Ward throwing on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Here we go. 6-1. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now a first down carry by Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Go. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
He's coming.
Roll out.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Ward now, following a fumble recovery, he'll throw. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
In your face.
Now a give, right side. It's Jackson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Charles, defensively, one timeout left. Do you use it here or do you let it roll to the 2-minute warning?
I would use it here because you're going to get the 2-minute warning stoppage as well. And then that means you have to snap the ball again. Something could happen. Something could go awry. You could get the ball back. I wouldn't let it run.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Johnson, he'll run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Trips. Switch.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And they take a knee. So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made it feel today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend.